Alright folks, so here's a continuation on yesterday. I did my groundwork over there and I've got a film guy here today for me. So remember we talked yesterday about my main goal was getting these horses soft in the face, getting them broke to the bridle. So in me saying this, I want you folks to understand that a lot of us put these bits in these horses' mouths and we know what they're for, but they don't know what they're for. And even 90 days later, I'm still seducing this softness, trying to tell this horse what this bit is for. I use a lot of my body to where I'm trying to not use my reins, especially in the stop. I rarely, when I ask my horse to make an effort to stop, am I going to pull on the reins for 90 days. I'm going to say whoa, and because I've used the natural tendencies of a colt where they got woolly hair on them and they want to be lazy anyways, and when I say whoa, they go canter, trot, walk, stop. And it might take them from here to that machinery over there to finally stop, but they're trying. And boy, you take that little stop right there, and pretty soon when you come around here, and if you don't get them wild and get them quiet, and pretty soon you say whoop, pretty soon they go canter, trot, stop. And you just keep using that, and pretty soon they're kind of dragging their butt. And again, like, I don't use these much because the whole way on how to really get these horses stopping is that you teach them to stay off of the bridle this way and travel around without traveling around like a racehorse. It takes a lot of seduction in order to get them to where they don't want to lean on your hands. And this horse was really bad for it as a colt. I had trouble getting his leads to get a canter off in the left lead and get a canter off in a right lead, and I had to really stop and back up and get this horse really broke to my body first before I ever started pulling on the reins. And I still don't pull on the reins a lot. Anyways, so what I'm going to do, so we've done the mental part, which is the groundwork yesterday on the yellow horse. This horse, groundwork's been done. Now I'm going to do the emotional part, which is try and keep him from running off. And I built a round pen out here with just steering him through the middle. If he wants to go back to the barn, I'm going to pull this horse through the middle, which will be Jack is filming me, and you'll see me come right by the camera if I feel his shoulders leaning out towards the outside of the circle at any point. Most of the time it's the home point where they get fed and brushed. They're going to lean that way, and you'll see me like direct rein, supporting rein, and you'll see me pull them shoulders through the middle for trying to run off. I'm saying I'm not pulling on the reins. Yes, I am, but I don't think that I'm pulling on the reins, so I don't make a big deal to him to let him know that I'm pulling on the reins. Building that round pen. Okay, so the emotional part is to be unemotional, or not have any emotions, but still where my go meets my woe. So I want him, when I say go, I need him to go, but I don't need him to run off. So, and then on this side of the circle, we'll be away from home, and he'll drop them circles, and you'll see me like lift that shoulder up like this with my body first, and then the reins if need be. Marianne over here is getting her horse ready to go around the barrels in a competition, and we're going to really need that horse to get round for tomorrow and go around them barrels. And that's what we've been doing all winter, is just getting this horse more body broke. And as we get him more body broke, she's gonna be way more face broke. So she can go into that barrel, maybe slow him up a little bit, get him ready for the turn, lift a rib out of the way, and come through the turn. So what you're gonna see me do a little bit today on this cantering the circles. So again, this is the emotional part of horsemanship. Then the last part is where you start, you've built your foundation, the walls are up on your house, now we can start hanging pictures, which would be pulling on the reins. And then we can start putting this little joystick that's way out here into one hand in the middle. You're going to see a little bit of that go on today, where I'm going to use some reins in the end, because this horse has had me 90 days now. So I'm starting to pull on them reins a little bit at the end of the ride and getting them broke to softness in the bridle. Remember, that's the last thing that we do, is seduce them into this bridle. And then you're going to see me leave the circle and go around the barrels, because we would like this to be a barrel horse, and we're trying to get that roundness in them. So you're going to see this roundness in the big circle. As I built this round pen, you're going to see the roundness with my inside leg and just support with the outside. I'm going to drive him around this circle. When he's done running off to the barn, which he's not going to do, he's done this. He knows this. There's walls up here because he's tried to run, you know, to the barn. He can't. I pull him through the middle. He tries to lean on the barn. I lift him up. He can't. So he understands that. So then when you see that, you're going to see very little rein, and you're going to see a lot of body. And watch me try and get my arc in him with my body. See, here's the thing, is that when we're in the training 30 days ago, when you use their body, they kind of use my body and use my feet. They kind of want to run off. And that's when they want to go to the barn, and they get in trouble and they run into the bridle. And I just keep doing it till finally they're kind of desensitized, and they actually, rather than going forward, move away from my spurs instead of running forward. All right, so here we go. And again, remember yesterday I said this little thing here that I put in these horses, this here, if anything goes to hell, I pull them back down, pull their head around, and get them soft here, and then I would take off again and get into my circle. But see, in order for them to get really soft in the brain, or they get soft in the body, and vice versa. So if I get them soft in the body, in order for that to be really bendy, they got to be really mentally soft. All right, and I might use that someday going down the alley and running barrels. If my horse got out of whack in the brain, I can pull him down, pull him around just like this here. And in order for, he just knows, once he gets pulled around like this, he just all of a sudden melts and gets soft in the mind. And I can use this circle, doesn't matter whether I'm in Fort Worth or I'm in Fort St. John, okay? And even in the big circle. That horse doesn't know when I put him on them circles. All right, so here I go. I'm gonna trot for a little bit. Look, he's already got some arc in him. I didn't ask him to canter. He can wait. I'm just going to trot around a little bit. Right there, he's leaning in. Push him out. And I don't sneak a ride on my horses either. You see my reins are flopping and my body's flopping. I'm not going to sneak around them. All right, see how I'm getting this arc in them already? That's going to be a very good arc for competition, and it's going to start to where if I can start to get this side of his mouth soft, when I go the other way, I'll start to get that side of his mouth soft, and then when I put the two arcs together, look what I got right here in the middle. I got softness on the bridle. I want that softness someday in competition. All right, so here we are trotting around, looking kind of with a nice little arc. See, my reins are loose. Now I'm going to ask him to canter off. See him get a little bit quieter, and as he gets more quieter, he'll get more bent. He's already starting to bend a little bit, flopping my reins around. He's already kind of got this arc to his body. Pull him over a little bit, kind of leaning. Pull them over a little bit. I need that going into the pocket on my barrels. I don't need to do a big rein maneuver and get them leaning on my hands. Yes, I would like to help them sometime with my hands, but for right now, till I get them really broke, I'm using my body. Watch my inside leg wave at his rib cage to get over. Look at that leg kind of waving. My hands are just flopping. Can I use my hands? Yes. That's the last thing I'll do. I'd rather use my body to start with. Bring the reins in later on when he gets broke better. See how he's looking in? I can ride him with one hand. All right, so now let's do a little counter canter. Outside leg. Nice little counter canter. How about a square? Can I counter a square? Here we go. Set them up. Get them ready for the turn. Pull on the inside. Support with the outside. Pick them up. Pull on the inside. Support with the outside. Drive with your legs. Let them go. Set them up. Pull with the inside. Support with the outside. Again. All right, here we go into our barrels.
Go to the side, Jack.
Now he starts to soften up. Lift that shoulder up. Lift that shoulder up. If I have to go out here into the crop, get him off my hands. talk to you about, Marianne, while I'm going this other way, this horse for you is how light I can be in my training with my hands. How much can I get with my body without using my hands? Doesn't mean I can't come in with my hands, because you've seen me, I have to use them quite a bit going around the barrels.
Right.
But as this horse, he understands now what this bridle is about, somewhat. It's not, he's got a lot of softening to do yet now, but at least he's, you know, not being an ass and trying to really, you know, run off or, okay? But anyway, so I'm gonna go around this big circle here, and I'm gonna try and just talk to you, for you, when you're warming your horse up or when I'm not around. Like even here, like I'm trying to, how bendy can I get him? So now, like, I'm not using any foot. Now he's leaning. Now I'm going to use some foot. How, you know, the more they lean, see, now I'm using no foot. So it's like, how, see how he's almost trying to kiss my toe. How much can I get him to bend around? Because that's that same bend I'm going to need going around the circle. And it's the same bend going into the pocket. It's like when you bear down and bend them, like you're going to use your body, because if you got to use much hand, you're going to be going to the Western store changing bits, right? So that's where we're here. It's just how bendy can I get them in my dry work?
Under this center here.
And I really starting to enjoy this horse now, because remember how he tried to run off? You know, when just at any time, like just say, okay, I'm just going to take the bridle and run off.
Yeah.
Well, now I can get a hold of him here and say, to where before he just got madder, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, I can run him down from one end to the other, and talk him out of being an ass, right? But you'll see him here when I counter off him, but I can talk him out of it. Nice. Here's that coming through the middle where I'm building that round pen, right? So sometimes substitute bending them for pulling them through the middle. Instead of working on the inside rein, work on the outside rein and build that round pen. There we go. So I'm kind of turning them loose here. Oh, where's he going? Right through the bullseye. So rather than bothering them with that inside rein, I'll bother them with the outside rein. Because that's that same pull I'm going to need to finish that turn. There we go. Now watch him start to hook on by himself. See now how I use the outside rein quite a bit and no inside? And I'm just going to see if he'll just stay on the circle without me using a lot of inside rein for a little while. And then watch him get his own arc after that. He's still kind of leaning on the outside, but watch it change. Still haven't used my inside rein and he's pretty flat. See, but you watch. As he gets quieter here, he's going to get rounder. And I'm just using my out. See there now? He's making the choice to not run home. And as he gets quieter, watch this arc start. Now I'm leaning back a little bit, kind of pushing him. Still kind of flat. See, he hasn't decided to not go home yet. Because I'm kind of baiting him to leave this circle. Because here's this rein, Marianne. Think of this rein the way I'm using them. If I was going into a barrel and I needed to finish that barrel, see when that rein makes contact, how See? So that's that same, even though I'm exaggerating right now, with a direct support, I'm working the whole outside of the body when I go with that support. Because here's all the horse's energy right here. You'll feel it. You're losing it out there. Great exercise. See, now he's starting to arc on his own. There, see that arc starting to come in? I did not hassle him with that inside rein to get that arc. And the more, now being he's kind of got that arc going himself, watch me just add to it here now. Once he's kind of got it on his own, it's really easy then for me just to finish it off with a rein. That's what I'm looking for. See, he's starting to arc himself. All right, I'm pretty tickled. So now I'm going to put him on a barrel or two. And his rights are better barrels than his left.
Get your phone.
Nice. Okay, folks, so just before you shut that off, so a little review. Remember that I talked about in my horsemanship, I want to get them broke to this. But I break them in here. Remember on the ground games when I get that draw and I get the horse starting to look at me on the ground? Okay? Just like this, see how this horse is looking at me? That's that draw. See the brownness I got in them reins right there? Get that going on the ground, and then when you get up on the back, now I start getting them ribs out of the way up on their back, right here, okay? And then I start my circles, and I just build that round pen, use that outside rein, keep them from going to the home. Pretty soon they start to kind of look in because they get let go of in the middle. And they start looking in a little bit, and then I can start to add this rein, okay? And then when I go the other way, the other rein. And then I put my two arcs together and see what I get here. If you can start doing that when you're moving them around, get that kind of softness going and take it up into your athletic positions that your horse needs to be in. Keep them soft in the mind, keeps the emotions intact, and then you can hang the pictures on the wall and get the physical with your hands. All right, we'll do some more. I got a camera guy, so I tried to spit it all out in a half hour. Okay, thank you.